Which legendary Reddit post comment can you still not get over? Someone ran trying to get rid of ants in their house. Tons of comments. One fellow Redditor suggested maybe there were no ants. That they were hallucinations due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Op had his house tested and turns out there were, in fact, no ants and he was hallucinating them due to carbon monoxide poisoning. I still love the post. Going waterboarding in Guantanamo Bay sounds like a great time if you don't know what either of those things are. Believe I saw it on Reddit. A IT tech related post. Guy starts a new job as a system admin. No other IT at the place. Previous admin had been there for just about fucking forever and left behind some documentation. But not enough to make the job easy. The guy finds a note from the previous tech with a few missed tips. And then says, if there is a critical emergency and everything else has failed, there is a box in the server room behind the switch. Open only as a last resort. Guy is there for a few years. Metaphorical fires get fixed. He learns the tricks of the place. But one day the server doesn't boot. Tries everything. Can't get it to work. All the files are there. The company can't function. Actual fires are about to start. Guy freaks out and remembers the emergency box and figures now should be an emergency and figures maybe the guy left access info to off-site backups or tape drives or some sort of disaster recovery and goes into the server room. Behind the switch is a box. Pulls it out and opens it to find a bottle of tequila. I tried really hard to find the original post but I couldn't find it anymore. It was a post in where an Uber driver drove a girl to a restaurant where she was meeting her boyfriend. Before he dropped her off, he gave her a respectful comment. Nothing inappropriate and without any bad intentions. He was asking if he was the asshole and the answer was no. The best part happened in the comments section where somebody asked if he was living in a specific city. He replied a little freaked out with yes. Turn out it was the stranger cousin that he gave the compliment to. After he dropped her off at the restaurant, she went inside to meet her boyfriend. However, it wasn't a nice night because he broke up with her. She told her cousin that the compliment that her Uber driver gave her some comfort or made her happy or something like that. The girl and the Uber driver then contacted each other through the cousin. I don't know what happened afterwards, but if somebody knows this post, I will give you a virtual hug if you could link it. Edit. Here is the link where you can read the original post because it was removed. That one Redditor that spent his entire grandmother's inheritance on a Twitch streamer, thinking they were going to get married. Edit. I am providing the link since so many people are interested. Full disclaimer. I had to close my laptop from cringing so hard the first time I read it. You've been warned. https www.reddit.com sad cringe comments xo5u wasting your grandma's inheritance on Twitch thoughts. The story of is one of the saddest stories that I have read on the internet. If you guys don't know, the story was a fellow Reddit user that posted his story regarding his wife's cheating with his neighbor on. Told him that he will be better off divorcing his wife than to deal with her. A few days later he posts something on to see how he can secure custody of his 2 children during the divorce. His wife, named Brandy Worley, found the thread. The same day she found the Reddit post, she kills both kids to spite her soon-to-be ex-husband. Brandy then calls 911 telling operator that she stabbed herself and her 2 children because her husband was divorcing her. The call was recorded with Brandy showing no remorse or emotion during the call. This whole situation was unfolding live on Reddit and 4chan. Brandy was given 120 years in prison with the jury saying, she doesn't regret her decision not one bit. Link for the 911 call. This video explains the whole situation in great detail. There's an absolutely amazing comment about grief coming in waves that has stuck with me for a very long time. I'm on mobile, so apologies for the shitty link. But it's a beautiful read. https www.reddit.com assistance comments hacks 0t comment C1U0RX2. This 14-yo kid in an NSFW post when asked what he was doing there, and he replied, I don't go to work. I can't find the post. But it was a man whose son was born evil. They knew it right away. Born in the 70s, I believe. When the son, was older, he tried to kill his baby sister. Or something. And the mom started to beat him up. The dad left the room and waited until she stopped. She came out 20 minutes later and he said, is he dead? She said, my God, I hope so. They locked themselves downstairs for 2 weeks. Listening to him move around a little bit here and there. After 2 weeks he left and they never saw him again. Edit. Found it. So a while back there was a post I think on of a woman looking for a bus to hold 60 people for a church function and was so fucking hostile and rude about it. In one post she says next, and for months on Reddit people were always saying next to everything, but it seemed nobody besides me remembers this and I can't find the post. Edit. Okay, so apparently I'm not the only one who remembers this. Wish it would make a comeback. The burrito rant. A guy ordered a burrito for takeout and took it home only to find they had wrapped it sideways. He wrote the most amusing angry letter. The post where a woman is saying how her husband and Phil are prepping for her to die during childbirth even though she and fetus are perfectly healthy. They 100% were plotting to kill her and there not being an update has me scared for her. There was an thread that said, what do you think nobody in the world is doing right now? Top comment was, masturbating to me. Top reply was, just rubbed one out for ya. Godspeed sir. Edit. Found it. I watched the Woody Harrelson. I'm here to talk about Rampart. AMA debacle happen in real time. I think it's one of the only times I ever actually participated in an AMA as it was happening rather than reading the whole thing later. It was magical. The story of, it's shocking how little it took for him to turn into a full-blown heroin addict. But the documentation of their spiral was more convincing than any DARE program I could have thought of. The man whose girlfriend buried his canned beans in the woods. Edit. Folks have posted it down the chain. But here is the link to the insane story. It's Zombie Bagel Guy a Reddit original or was that reposted from somewhere? Edit. Found it. Zombie Bagel Guy. The noisy gobshite story. And the follow-up posts. A very interesting, funny, well-told story. Then it takes a turn. Warning. Emotions. A recent one. But that 40-something-year-old guy who bought like 5 Peloton bikes to give to the family of his 21-year-old Eastern European wife because they told him it was tradition in their country. I forget the whole thing, but something along the lines of a guy had to go to a dinner with his wife's parents, ate some edibles not realizing how strong they were, and he was sweating like a pig claiming how spicy the food was. Then his wife was like, "We've only had the appetizer bread and water." I have no idea how to get the link, but it had me in tears the first time. Trust me, it's way funnier than I make it to be. The dude who took pictures of his own balls and electrocuted them to prove a scientific point. Edit. Source. NSFW of course. I remember some guy asked Reddit what movie really made an impact on their life. And some guy said, Paul Blart. Mall Cop. And somehow every post from that point on would end up relating to Paul Blart. Even made some leaks into other threads. The description of how rabies kills you. Edit. Link https np reddit.com comments 81rr6f he _ fed _ the _ cute _ trash _ panda _ and _ looked _ up _ for _ a dv4xyks context equals 3. Edit again. Just want to credit that original poster was the man who attempted to throw his steak out the window. His wife followed up with her version a little later. The Iranian yogurt is not the issue here. One time on some guy posted a thread called, "My 25M girlfriend 26F baked all the beans. Now I consider to end our relations? What do I do?" It's deleted now though, but I still have the full post. I discovered this in another one of these AskReddit posts, but honestly it's too good not to put here. Now without further ado, here it is. Hello. My girlfriend and me have done dating for 5 months. I thought, this girl is very good. And became of love with her. Yet even so, on this Monday, I come at home and found she has baked all my beans. Yes, all. Oh brother. In my cupboard I store several bag of bean. To make soft and to bake on some days. I have a bit of baked bean on my dinner. Or, heck, a lunch too some days. But on the Monday I find this girlfriend baked all the beans. I say, why do you bake my beans? And she say something as, I bakes them good to save time. So I bakes them all now. I am astonished and full of dismay. I say, I canfr not eat all the beans. She say she has froze many of the beans so as we can unfrozen the on a later day and eat some at a time. But, if a bean is froze and unfrozed, the very good and very nice flavor of bean is gone far. A bean is best if baked fresh as a Sunday pie. Not to be froze and unfroze. I told my girlfriend I am so sad of this, as to my opinion the baking of the beans and to freeze them has ruined all my beans. She say I am gone haywire by my enragement and sad manners. But I hates what she did to my beans. On the days before Monday I thought, Will we marry the girlfriend? Well, it might be so. But now I am so sad she baked them beans. I am considered to end our relations and not be the boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. But, is my idea wrong? Could my girlfriend make promise to not bake the beans? I do not know what doing to do and how to feel forgiving on her. Unfortunately, I didn't save the post, but it went like this. There's an owl in front of my window. An OOL. UOL. UUL. Hoot hoot. There's a hooter in front of my window. Edit. Thanks to we now have a repost of this meme. Also, thank you so much for highest upvoted Reddit post yet. https. Imager. Comp gallery EROGLV4. Edit. Spelling.